This weight loss video is a recap of my first week on this journey. It's a little bit different from what I'm usually putting out, so let me know in the comments if this is something that you would like to watch. First thing in my morning is I'm gonna go for a quick walk here. Given that yesterday I was only able to walk for 1 mile, I think the little hike here should do better because the duration of this hike here is very small. And I'm wearing flip-flops because partially my feet are cramping out because of the shoes, because my foot is still absolutely swollen. So flip-flops are just better to navigate in. I usually come to this destination to do a couple of rounds up and down, usually 3 or 4. This time around, I wasn't really able to do that. But despite being injured, it's stuff like this that makes it worth it to continue this journey. And look at this view. I mean, honestly, pretty good. It's been a couple of weeks since I've been on the water. Honestly, I miss it. I really want to go wake surfing again. I'm not sure if I can. I spoke with my doctor and he said if I want to try it, I can, but I should be careful with everything. Clearly, after a tear, it's, I guess, a good advice. So I had to just sit down and admire the view. Kind of a nice place to chill out, sit down and relax. All right, a little 100 feet of elevation over a span of quarter mile. My foot is letting me know that it's time to go, so we're gonna listen to it and go. 38 grams of cheese, that's what I'm gonna have for breakfast. Now, for lunch, I'm gonna have a little bit of salmon. In total, 341 grams of raw before it was cooked. Very lean meat. Very good for you. Now, after lunch, I also went and got coffee, and I thought that was going to be the end of the day. Well, little did I know, I'm going to end up in a bar. It was my friend's birthday, and I could not show up. And as you can see, my other friend was incentivizing beverages. And now, for the record, I only had 1 beer. Clearly, something has to change, so we're going to adjust the diet and be more consistent with it. All right, the adjustment to my diet has been secured. Let's go check out. I'll see you all. Now, it may not look like I bought a bunch of stuff, but I'm clearly loading up 10 cartons of eggs. That is not for 1 day. That is not for 1 week. That's for the whole month. And obviously, aside from eggs, I also bought a bunch of beef. Now, obviously, I also gotta eat something today, so I'm gonna cook up some mushrooms. I'm gonna add a pound of ground beef. All of this stuff is just gonna be pan fried, nothing really crazy. Honestly, it's not a bad meal. I really like mushrooms myself, and it kind of hit. I did not eat all of this in one sitting, by the way. This was for 3 days. For breakfast today, I'm going to be making myself an omelet. It's already in here. That's about it. So I guess this is technically day 3 right now. Experiencing a decent bit of symptoms for what some might call a keto flu. I have a headache. My muscles are cramping. I feel nauseous, feel very irritated. I'm also really hungry. So yeah, in the last 48-ish hours, not even 48, I lost 4 pounds. My body is slowly falling. Actually, my body is quickly falling into ketosis. Water with electrolytes, check my blood sugar. We're good, all within norm. Once you weather the storm, the first 5-6 days, no, we're good. Then keto is sustainable after that. I thought that I could weather the storm, and I could have. I didn't. I slipped up. And after feeling that way, I grabbed one of those cartons of milk and pretty much drank the whole half gallon. And the next morning, I woke up 1.8 pounds heavier than I was the day before. Genuinely unfortunate. We keep going. Now, for breakfast today, I'm going to have an avocado. Nothing else. That should be pretty sufficient. And despite being busy with work all day, I'm still going to make some time for a workout because I know it's important for the weight loss. This is the end of day 4. I haven't really been able to do anything today, but I think it's a good time to go and ride the bicycle for the first time and I guess a little bit. So we're going to go ride the bicycle and see how it feels. I'm going to go on my first ride. Probably going to look really goofy because I'm upping my helmet, which is right here, but it don't matter. Safety is important, especially after I've seen what happened to my ankle. It's important to make sure I have the proper gear. Without further ado, let's go ride. The foot is definitely feeling odd. I don't know what to make of that yet, but it's nice to actually be able to pedal. It's also super dark outside. And to be fair, going at 10 p.m. perhaps may not be the smartest idea, but I was talking to keep myself not thinking about that. Yeah, it's quite literally my first ride on the bicycle since I got back from Colorado. So in a sense, it's also a test to make sure that I've assembled everything right. So my current plan is, it's the first ride back. Pending my ankle ability to move, I want to do a 4-mile loop. And I hope I'm in a good enough physical condition to do that. I wasn't going to go out and ride the bike
given that it's like late and whatnot. But honestly, I knew I should have, so I'm doing it. The amount of bugs here though is crazy. Right now we're at 1.28 miles. My cardio fitness is definitely lower than it was because my pulse is 172 right now. And I wouldn't say that I'm putting that much effort in comparison to what I used to do. Oh, they closed off this section of the path. I guess we're riding through the city now. 2 miles. We're gonna start making our way home, and whatever mileage we're gonna end at home is the mileage for the day's ride. The ankle, I'm feeling it. Now, I'm definitely out of shape again. Not that I ever really got in shape, but I'm out of the shape more, which is not ideal. But the way to get that back is just to ride more. 165 on the pulse. I'm sweating like a pig right now. Actually, pigs don't sweat, but you get the point. I'm glad I was able to come out 2.5 miles. Now, the original goal was specifically set to 4 miles. I don't think I'm gonna be hitting that given the loop closure. And I don't think I can go on a longer loop because I am feeling my ankle. And if I was at home, I would already cut this exercise, which means we're gonna drop a gear down and push at a slower, more lenient pace. Because the lower the gear, the less the speed, but also it puts less strain on my ankle. And at this point, if I hit 3 miles, I'd be happy. All right, something kind of cracked in my ankle. I don't like the noise that I just made. We're happy to say that I'm getting home now. 3 miles on the dot. We're gonna end this under 15 minutes for 3 miles. Honestly, the pace is not too bad. So for the preservation of my ankle, we're gonna call it a night and hit the hay. See you in the morning.
Well, that brings it to the end of this week. So the answer that everybody is looking for is how much weight did I lose with my little ups and downs and half-assed commitment. We started the week at 291.8, and today in the morning, I ended the week at 286.1. I would say that's low-key a W, not too bad, not too good. Making progress, 5.7 pounds. It's 2% of my body weight. The next week, assuming that you guys, my audience, like the way this video turned out and you like the weekly long recap, we'll make another one in a week that shows a little bit of adjustments, show what I'm gonna do for the next week, and I'm gonna get a lot better at filming for these videos as well. Now that I don't have pressure to film every single day, I'm not really doing it as much, and I can put a little bit more of that pressure on myself. But there's a lot of stuff that I'm doing behind the scenes with the work-related activities, and that just takes priority and it takes a lot more time. And the videos are not as much of a priority as I wish they were, but that's just kind of how it is right now, and it's not that big of a deal. The thing that matters the most, though, is that the journey for weight loss itself is a priority. It's the #1 priority, and I want to make sure that I don't continue slipping up. And I will continue making these videos just a little bit less frequently. Maybe sometimes I'll post them daily, maybe not. Help me put a grip on it and figure out exactly what I should do here. With that being said, though, I appreciate every single one of you that has stuck around through the last 4 months that I've been up and down, up and down. We're making a little bit of progress, and I'll see you on the next one.